This is we're here talking about Mortal Kombat because the movie started. The movie happened this past weekend. It's a very eventful weekend, wasn't it? Like Mortal Kombat, Falcon, Winter Soldier, other random sports events. It was UFC. Yeah, UFC happened. It was a lot of stuff going on this weekend and stuff. But Mortal Kombat was like the order of the day. And
no, wait, Chris, you forgot one other thing. In case anybody actually gives a shit, the Oscars.
No,
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
No, we don't.
Some people, hold on, but just in case, some people are technically invited to the cookout.
I mean, I laughed at Anthony Hopkins' reaction this morning, like, "Oh shit, was everybody pissed
Anthony
off?"
No, it's two people, Anthony Hopkins and Glenn Close.
Glenn Close apparently knows about Go-Go, which, all right, cool, I guess,
But at least she didn't go about. No, hold on, but at least she didn't.
You brought up the Oscars, so I want to make this abundantly clear. Apparently, because CJ's probably already fucking laughing at what I'm going to talk about, but real quick, I'm not really big into the Oscars too, but I respect the Academy and everything like that. However, I just found out as of last night that my stepsister was nominated for a fucking Academy Award for a documentary.
Congrats! What was the documentary?
Available on Netflix, called Crit Camp. The fact that I found this out last night, and when I found this out last night, apparently she's been on like Good Morning America and everything else, and no one bothered to fucking tell me anything. So best believe I cussed out my stepdad with the passion of hot fire because I was so pissed. Because my stepsister, my little stepsister hit me up. That's her older sister. She's like, "Hey, so-and-so's at the Oscar on the red carpet." I was like, "Oh, okay." And not knowing me now, she is handicapped. So I'm thinking off the top of my head, so, okay, maybe she got invited there. Maybe it's because of like something else, or maybe she's with somebody. Maybe it's from work. I didn't think of it. 10 minutes later, go by, and I was like, 2 and 2 plus 2 together. And I said, "Hey, how did she get to the Oscar?" She said, "Oh yeah, her documentary that she produced, that she produced, is up for an Academy Award." I was like, "You gotta be fucking shitting me! Excuse me." So I'm fucking related to an Academy Award nominee. So yeah,
it's called Crip Camp.
Yes.
Okay, I'll check it out.
CRIP Camp.
All right.
Okay.
You know what? The only thing I have to say about the Oscars was I woke up this morning and I said, "Who invited all these white people in here?" All right, whatever.
Hey, D.
No. That's when you do that thing where you look at everybody and you just walk right back in your room. That's what I did.
No, D. There was only one thing that I was going to say, which was when Glenn Close made it apparent that she knows about Go-Go. I said, this was her low and high key saying, "Hey, Hillary, this is how you do it."
if you're gonna stoop down to their level, stoop all the way down. Hey, I know about the obscure thing that happens in your city. Beat that bitch.
No. When she said no.
That's on the level. That's on the level of a politician. That's on the level of a wrestler going over to England and saying, "Hey, y'all, I support your local football club," just to make you all go, "Yeah!" Man.
If you want me to be full, I'll be full.
Hey, Kurt Ayers. The only thing I will say is this: Glenn Close saying that, all right, that's cool. But you know who else know what Go-Go is? Ronald Reagan, and he still gave us crack, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Crack.
But there is one thing.
I will say Chuck Brown that he be cranking.
Please stop it. No, there is one thing that there's one great thing to come. There's one great thing that came out of the DMV, and that is this movie, Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
It is. Yes, it
nice
is.
segue.
It is. When you look at it, there's a lot of developers that come out of the DC area. There's a bunch of them, but Ed Boon and Tobias, they're two of the biggest ones that come out of this fucking area. So that's a good
Montgomery
one.
County. Are they Montgomery County or PG County side?
Actually, I think Ed Boon is technically. I think Ed Boon's like from Montana or some shit, but he's from Maryland, so he's gonna let that go.
All right. Fair enough. Because it's kind of funny. Because we forget that there were like a lot of gaming companies that have popped up in this area, Bethesda being another one and stuff. And it's like you don't really think about it because you think developers are in California and New York and Texas and shit. And it's like, oh no, we have some in this area.
And there's other cities that's like that too. Like there's like cities in like Miami's like that,
Connecticut,
DC's like that. Oh shit, Connecticut. There's a weird section of Connecticut. It's like Northern California to me. It's like you got to be in that area to know. It's sort of like that. It's like a big hub of people in the Connecticut area. So yeah, you're right, man.
But yeah, Mortal Kombat came out, and to various reasons, we ain't gonna talk about people's reaction to it because fuck them. No, we talk about fuck them.
So we all liked it. So all of us on here liked it. Good. Good. We can have a conversation.
I'm very happy that we are not going that route because I'm letting you know if we were going to go down that route, I am hopping off this podcast right now.
It's like Chris, we're blessed. We're out. It's like nah.
Hey Chris, what are you doing? No, guys, no. Let's compare the old rating to the new rating. It'll just be you and Joe thinking about hopping off. Okay.
You know what it is? You know what it is though? Because you know what it is? If the comparison was there, both of them are dickheads any fucking way. So hey, there you go. There you fucking go.
Well, see, Raiden's Raiden's allowed to be a dickhead. You know what? Let's go. Where do we start off at? Where do we start off? What do we start talking about?
I'd like to start off with something Shaggy mentioned that I'm kind of mad I didn't pick that up. Shaggy mentioned the whole thing of Bihan basically being kind of the Jason-esque of the movie with the way he just kind of goes into shadows with his cold stuff, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it like that.
He's the literal boogeyman. I said it from the jump. We're seeing the earliest signs of new Cybot with Bihan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really did. They really kind of just laid that. They didn't lay it on thick, but if you know the video games, it's like the second you notice how much of a adversary he is to Scorpion. It's like he's going to be new in the next movie, or like eventually something's going to happen with this. What the fuck?
Also,
you just know it.
Also, he took Jackson his "I did 6 tours" motherfucker ass out. So
Yo, I got to give it up. That was a vicious way of kicking that dude off. He not only he ripped this nigga's arms off, but he kicked him off and his head hit that brick. I was like,
It was this. No, the best part was the sound effect. It's the sound effect of his head.
That crack you heard. Woo!
Just that pink.
It's like certain sound effects in your life you'll just remember. That's one. That's one. That's one.
It was that.
Jack's hitting cement. That's what I need. That's what I need.
Oh my god! Look,
it was the moment. It was the moment. Sorry, it was the moment the body hit the ground, and then you see the pool of blood forming around him like a Resident Evil 2 zombie. That shit was hilarious,
bro. Okay, so like when I seen that scene, he gets his arms ripped off. I'm like, ooh, but I'm like, I didn't go ooh real bad until he fucking hit that slab with that ice and then hit the ground. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's why I was looking at folks that said. That's why I was looking at folks when they was like, well, why did Jax ask what happened to him? I'm like, he got fucking CTE. What do you think happened to him?
All right, let me tell you, why do you ask what happened to him? The second he lost his arms, he don't know where the fuck he was at. Everything at that point was trying to let him live. He didn't like come on. His body was trying to keep him alive at that point.
Bro, my man's got served a heaping bowl of honey bunches of CTE, bro. Like he was not thinking, bro. He was
Oh my god, man! So oh my god, man!
But it's because your boy Sub-Zero is such, he's such an asshole. He didn't realize that Scorpion was just pacing at the gates of hell, waiting for his opportunity.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Joe. I'm gonna start with Joe on this one, but mainly for everybody though. Were you kind of disappointed they didn't at least allude to Quan Chi being kind of part of the reason why Scorpion kind of like went to hell a little bit?
Yes, it's look. It's one of those movies that's like bookended by really cool shit.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Shaggy about it. I'm like, man, this felt like they were just kind of like, okay, we got a little bit of money. Let's throw some shit out there, see if they like it. And then the next one's going to be where we go all out. But it's the equivalent of having Spawn show up and not showing him deal with the devil You know, and you're like, wait a minute, how
What like
did
they're gonna do in the new movie?
Well, yeah, but like, how did you do that? Wait, what? Like, you died. Why would you go to hell? You know, like, why would he go to hell? He seemed like a nice guy. And likewise, why the fuck is Sub-Zero still around? He's 400 plus years old. Like, they just didn't set up that kind of mystical element to it. And fuck, man. Like, I wanted Quan Chi. Show me him make a deal for a second. Take all that bullshit with Cole out. I know this isn't a popular opinion, but like, take Kano out because I don't need any of that bullshit either.
Oh, come on, man.
No, fuck all that. Like, take that motherfucker out too, and show me Scorpion dealing with Quan Chi. You know, like, it was so disappointing.
Listen, Joe. For you saying that, you owe us your fucking beauty.
I don't have any, so fuck you.
That's right. I'm throwing you in the octagon with Reptile, and you better deliver.
Dinosaur Reptile or Ninja Reptile?
Dinosaur Reptile. No, let's be real. Ninja Reptile's coming back.
Oh yeah, he's coming. He's coming. Dude, I think D brought up a good point. Though when Kano bust the heart, he said Kano wins. I was like, I'm not even mad at how cheesy that sounds because it's Kano. Fuck it.
Listen, I'm not gonna make comparisons. I'm really not gonna try to spend the whole podcast making comparisons to the '95 film. But come on. Y'all motherfuckers that say the first one is still like the greatest movie ever. Y'all do not realize how cheesy the first one is as well.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think nobody understands.
The level of cheese in the first movie is ridiculous.
And it's so
Nigga,
great.
the Velveeta was real. The Velveeta was real in that whole movie.
See, you say Velveeta. The entire movie was sponsored by Kraft.
You know what I mean, dog? It's like, look, like even in this movie, and you know what, Joe? I will give you half of that when it comes to Kano, because I don't need Kano to be that damn likable. I don't. And he stole a portion of, and let's just be real. He stole a portion of this movie. And for some people, I'm gonna keep it very real. He's the reason why you like the movie. So I'm half and half with that.
Not me.
Half and half with that. Because whatever.
When she said, "Don't you ever shut the fuck up," I like stood up like, finally, somebody fucking like, God damn, it's like he had material after material after material. I was having this conversation with Shaggy, and I'm like, okay, look, you're the leader of the Black Dragon clan, which gun running, yada yada yada. Where's the part about you killing her partner? He was just a funny guy that got a really fucking stupid power, and apparently he's immune to like knife wounds and shit. And it got too silly. Like some of the shit was funny, but it kept going and go. It's almost like Iron Man 3, where they kept having his suit fall apart, and after the third one, you're like, all right, I fucking get it. I get it. Like, okay.
I mean, to be fair though, I did like how Cabal came up to Kano. Was like, bruh, you were the leader of the Black Dragon. What the fuck, man?
Damn, homie. Back in South Africa, you was a man, homie. Back when we was pirates, nigga. You was a man. Look at you. Looking like Australian fat ass Seth Rogen out here.
I mean, sure, you collapsed my lung and I'm in this suit, but still, it's cool.
Hey man, look. As a person that loves Cabal, that voice threw me the fuck off.
Oh, you mean Joey from the Bronx? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, yo,
okay,
fucking Cabal over here.
Hold on. So, had anybody watched?
Oh, what you say?
Has anyone seen the show? Has anybody seen the show Justified?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was the I know that dude that voiced
that was
Cabal.
fucking Dewey. So yeah, that was when I found out that was him. I was like, no fucking way.
Actually, that was Manson too.
Yeah, he was Manson in he was Manson in the in Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Isn't that guy Australian?
Man, honestly, not 100% sure.
I think we're talking about the actor.
Yeah,
the actor. Yeah.
I think he's Australian.
I mean, they said it's like 75% Australian production.
Damn, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be shocking.
I didn't it didn't point out to me. I didn't know it was him till after.
Yeah, I heard the
didn't know it
voice,
was
and I
him
was
till,
like, the voice sounded familiar, and I was like, let me see who the voice is. Like, ah, shit, that's who it is.
Dude, no, it sounded super familiar, but it didn't sound like him. So
I mean,
was like,
probably because of the
credit to
muffled
him.
voice.
Yeah, credit to him. Because I'm used to this dude sound like a Floridian redneck, sort of. And for him to sound like that, I was like, bro, kudos to you for kind of like changing your stuff around to like just to kind of submit your voice. That I thought. Now me and Joe were talking, and I did say I really liked Cabal. They really nailed like how he looked.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
really
yeah, they
nailed how
did.
he looked. He was probably the only one that looked like the character ripped out straight from Mortal Kombat 11. But
Can't fuck that up, to be honest. So I mean,
no, you could have went with the old way of looking.
Like MK3?
Yeah, you could have.
No, you
MK3,
can't
but
do
it was, like,
MK3.
burned.
You
Oh,
can,
MK
but it'll look goofy as hell.
Oh,
That's
MK3
what
with
I'm
the
saying, but
like
they went-
MK3 with the cargo shorts.
yeah.
Bro, I was pleasantly surprised.
Shorts,
Let's just say that.
Cabal.
Him and Sub-Zero were probably the best looking characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Like where you can look at it and go, okay, that's kind of a quote unquote real world adaptation of whatever
Mm-hmm.
their shit is. Like even Scorpion, like his hood kept dropping over his eyes, and I'm like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, they were kind of keeping the samurai motif for Scorpion. For
Yeah,
that character.
which I respect.
I think he looked great, but I told Shaggy this. I'm like, motherfucker, decide if you're gonna talk with the mask on or talk with the mask off.
Oh my god,
Joe,
thank you.
Thank you.
Joe,
I
when
hate
when
that
said-
shit.
Joe, when you said that to me, I went back and I watched and I had to count how many times he did that shit. I counted like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Counted.
I
'Cause,
get
like-
taking the mask off to say, remember this face? Okay, that's cool. I
That's
like that
fine.
his teeth are all fucked up and he's kind of like decayed. Okay, cool. But when you take it off to say something, put it back on to take it off. And then how the fuck does Cole? So he just knows Japanese, but then
Yeah.
Hanzo
Yeah.
doesn't speak English, but he says, get over here. Like,
Okay,
pick
look.
one.
All right. All right.
Well,
I
he
had
did.
to- I had the
hold on.
same.
No way. He did shout. Hold on. He did shout in full plain English. Behind.
Okay, hold on. That was probably my
There
favorite
was
fucking
there
line.
was no accent whatsoever.
None. I will say this: when it comes to Cole knowing this stuff, okay, fuck that. That's stupid. That's just dumb. Scorpion saying "get over here." I would be mad if he yelled it in Japanese.
That would have
I would-
I would have laughed at that.
I would have
would've
laughed at it. I would have laughed at it, but at the same time, it's like you should have did it. You should have just fucking did it. You should have just fucking did it. Like
That's the
like
fan-
at this
that's the
point in the
fan in you
movie, they should have
talking,
might as
bro.
well just do it. I know that's the fan of me talking, but guess what? The fan of me talking is the reason why I like this movie right now. So
Correct. I didn't say
It's
you
like
were
this.
wrong.
It's
I
like
just said
this.
that was
If
the
you-
fan of
look.
talking, B.
hey, look, it's like this. I'm just saying, look, if you're gonna give me head, at least look at the balls. At least look at them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to do it, but come on.
I think I'm-
Like, yo.
I think
So
I'm
it's one
scarred
of
for
the two.
life.
But Joe, I totally agree with you. What pissed me off was when Cole was like, nah, you deal with Melina. How do you fucking know her name?
Thank you.
Yep.
Ooh,
Side
that
note.
pissed me off.
Wow.
Like D, it's quite easy how you knew the name. Once he got the Wakandan suit of armor, it gave him the entire cheat code.
Oh.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
I think we just need to go and hit
his
it.
Wakandan suit of plot armor.
Yeah,
I think we can just go
Yeah,
on
I
ahead
know.
you know what? I have no problem if you're gonna put a new character in a movie. At first I was kind of like, I think a lot of us were theorizing Cole was going to end up being like Bihan's, like, pretty much like the person that's going to be the Sub-Zero 2, right? But then it was like, I thought it was. At least I thought it was. I thought he was, because especially since it's a new character. So I think me and Charlie were like the only two that were like thinking that, right? So then it was like, oh, he's Scorpion. Oh, so is he going to transform into Scorpion? Huh, that would be interesting.
Low key,
And
I think high key, real quick. I kind of wish that was his fucking Arcana. That would
Yeah,
have made
his
way
Arcana.
I thought
he-
that's what it was
yeah.
going to be.
His Arcana is that he becomes Scorpion. That would have been cool, but then
Like
I would have
his
been
like the soul
that
of
would have been
Scorpion
cool.
goes into
Hold
him.
on, that would have been cool, but then I would have immediately got Advent Children Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Kadash turning into fucking Sephiroth. Don't do that to me, movie.
I'm on that side of the fence that says if you wanted Louis Tan, Cole Young to turn into Scorpion, you must wanted to have seen the Joseph Gordon-Levitt fucking Batman movie.
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh my God,
Hanzo
Joe, that is the
Hasashi.
best. That is the best way of saying it. Thank you.
No, wait, there was also another one too. There was a little show called Mortal Kombat Conquest where Takeda became Scorpion.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Takeda.
Takeda turned into
Hey man,
Scorpion.
shouts out to that show coming on Saturdays at around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Dude,
Yo,
Eris, and I'm mad
I need-
because I'm mad Eris off rip after I watched the movie. I think it was was it that Friday or Saturday or
It
whatever.
was literally that day.
Yeah, it was that day. Eris like, dude, Cole should have just been Takeda. I was like, I know, right? I'm mad I didn't think of that, but until you said that, I was like, son of a bitch. He was.
Here's the
kinda
problem.
Takeda a little bit.
Problem with that though.
Uh-huh.
It's like if he was Takeda, and we as fans at that point we're waiting for to
Kenshi.
explain where Kenshi is, and
Yeah.
unless this movie did not do a good job of telling people's backstories outside of Scorpion.
No, they did not.
That is
No.
it.
It was
No, they
basically
didn't.
it was basically a fan, like if you know the characters, like you don't like
We
Liu Kang.
would
We know
understand.
we know that Liu Kang and like Kung Lao, for instance, we know they kind of have like a low-key rivalry, but they're kind of like brother in arms and stuff. But the
Yeah,
audience
they
don't
don't-
know.
yeah.
They're brothers. They really fight
The-
like
yeah, the
siblings,
audience
but they
don't
love
know
each other
that.
like siblings. It's literally like that. Like it's what we know.
Oh no.
But like
Oh no, Chris.
Mhm.
Did y'all guys know? Everybody knows Mortal Kombat, and that's not Liu Kang. All of that was not Liu Kang. None
Even
of that
though-
was Liu Kang.
Even
Wait a
though
minute,
it
when was Kung Lao? No, somebody said this, and D got mad. When was Kung Lao ever better than Liu Kang? I'm like, are you fucking high?
It's a
Like
Mortal
since
Kombat too.
forever.
Are you
No,
fucking
no,
high right now?
No, bro, don't. Nope. Can we skip this? Because I'm not trying to get mad at us.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
skip
yeah,
it.
so we skip
Brother,
it,
we
skip it.
will. I just had to get it off my chest. And like you
I'm
said,
mad as
Eris,
hell that you
if
said
we
it.
want look, Eris, if we make a whole podcast out of that, you should leave, I should leave. And like I said, Chris should be doing push-ups and saying, nah, we ain't
Just be on the video like, yep.
like,
21,
man, fuck these
22.
niggas, man. This is why I do push-ups. That's why I'm getting swole, because he be making me mad.
Bro. But no, when it comes to Takeda, it's like I understand. It would have made a little bit more sense, but only like some of the fans would only the hardcore fans would have known who that was. And
Yeah.
but to be
Yeah.
fair, it would have made more sense had that would have been his Arcana. And then you kind of was like, okay, because at that point you can kind of spin it and say Scorpion wants to be free of Louis Tan of like Cole's character, so he makes that deal with Quan Chi.
But the whole thing that
Kind
fucked
of.
me up was that the whole Arcana thing. So you're presenting a movie to me about a tournament regarding martial arts that decides the fates of the earth. Okay, cool. The dragon guy that's got 4 arms, got to control ice, but you have to explain superpowers to me.
You know what? You're right. Aesthetically, that makes no sense to the
It
script.
makes no
Why
it
you
makes
would
no
do that?
sense. I mean, look,
It's-
it makes no sense, Joe. I get it. But hey, they had to interject a freaking tutorial mode for a fighting game at some point.
But the thing is,
you know-
if you're doing the Arcana thing, the Arcana to me was like midichlorians. Like you don't have to explain.
Yes, it
to
Oh
would.
me.
yeah. That
Yeah.
was definitely.
It's one of those
Yeah.
things that see, it's one of those weird things that screenwriters, I think, are forced to do when a producer goes, wait a minute, when did that happen?
But I think
That's where I
probably-
think that
I think
crap
that's-
happens at.
So I think that's probably why, in a joking way, they made Kano be the guy to ask the questions like, "So do I get a fireball, or do I get the laser eyes?" Or
Exactly.
Like,
you
but
can
even with
you
that-
can say that goofy dumb shit through a dumb character like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
But
that
no,
makes
no.
sense,
And-
but it doesn't make it good.
No,
Than to
yeah.
point it
So,
out.
Another thing that I told Joe though, this was Mortal Kombat Annihilation's tattoo marking only like redone a hell of a lot better.
yeah, definitely.
But the
That's
thing
all
is,
this was.
if you're gonna introduce the Arcana thing to explain to us how they get their power, okay, fine. But when you can't explain what the fuck their power is, it's like Jax. What is his Arcana? That he gets robot muscles or
His metal
what?
arms, basically, kind of.
But he had the metal, but like okay, with Liu Kang, you can explain the Arcana as like he has fire. He can command fire. Okay, cool. He can manifest it, yada, yada, yada.
Dragon.
All right,
Yeah.
great. Kung Lao,
The hat, I guess.
teleportation.
Yeah, teleportation. Yeah, my bad.
You know, control over the hat. Okay, cool. Kano gets a fucking laser out of one eye, and then she hits him in the face with something, and it short circuits the eye. I thought when she hit his face, it was going to peel the skin back, and you would have seen him have the metal plate like he cheated.
Exactly. I thought
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
Like
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here comes the metal plate. So how the fuck do you short circuit a superpower, and why are there sparks?
So
See, this
So,
is what happens when you try to
Go ahead.
explain goofy shit in video games, goofy shit in anime, goofy shit in superhero movies.
Just let it
You
be.
will
I'm
get this shit.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what Joe and you just said. This movie tried to explain a lot of shit in a short amount of time, and the shit that you didn't have to explain, you did a poor job of it.
I agree with you.
Like,
If you're not
it's-
going to, no, go ahead.
You
sorry.
didn't have to. You didn't have to. And if you
It-
wanted to, you could have took a little bit more time figuring that shit out. But you didn't. But again, did it ruin the movie for me? No.
Nope.
But if I was a casual viewer, I'm like, what the fuck is this? That
Oh, yeah.
And I
doesn't
think
make
that's what
sense.
caused a lot of, and you know what? When I think about it now, I think that's what caused a lot of people to have that idea about this movie being bad. When I
It's-
think about it now, I think
Yeah.
that's what caused it.
That's really what it was.
It's because the movie, if you're going to show me the beginning with Hanzo Hisashi, he loves his family, and then Bihan can just control ice, I don't need an explanation. I don't
Yeah,
care.
Bihan looked like he was surprised, like, oh shit, okay. All right, cool, fine.
Okay, so if you're not going to explain why he can manipulate ice, why he's a cryomancer, and you're not going to explain how Hanzo Hisashi becomes Scorpion, why the fuck do you think you need to explain to me how Jax gets bigger robot arms, or that?
I mean, we can figure it out pretty much,
Exactly.
because as soon as the monks put the robot arms and said, yeah, we'll just let the shit do what it needs to do, I was like, oh yeah, he will get robot arms.
But again,
because
like,
bro,
whatever.
what is
All right,
That's
cool.
goofy though when you really look at it. When you
what
really think
is
about it, that's
his
stupid.
Arcana?
What's really fucking goofy, this motherfucker likes his Arcana be the power of friendship. Get the fresh fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I
Real
mean,
talk.
hey, I was one of those people that watched Annihilation. I had no problem with the reason why Jack got the arms in that movie. I was like, all right.
I'm
Dude, he
hey,
got him just to get him.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
a-
sense. Like,
hey.
hey, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Shit, fuck it.
That
All
makes
right.
me-
I hate to
hold
be
on.
that person.
And remember, and y'all remember, because again, people love to sit back and think this is 1995 all over again. Remember, he got them as a confidence booster.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't want to have that conversation.
Nah, we don't want to talk about that.
Because it got rewritten out. Mortal Kombat 9 is pretty much where we start over from. So
Yeah.
like they did if they did a shitty job with Mortal Kombat 9, then we'd have a bigger discussion.
That was like the third time that he got his arms removed. First, he got it removed by Ermac. Now he got removed by Bihan. What was the first time he
Yeah.
got removed by?
The first time was Ermac.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right, all right.
it was Ermac.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. According to lore, it was Goro who ripped his
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
off.
That's
Goro
what I
did
thought.
it.
He ripped
yeah,
them
Lord,
off.
Yeah, Goro ripped it off in the game.
Then out
where he's-
Bihan.
Yeah, so it's like, man, it's like
But
three
see,
different people that worked
like,
his ass.
but see, like that's one of those things. It doesn't matter how he gets them ripped off or by who. It just matters that he gets them ripped off.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like Sub-Zero freezing them. That was one of the best parts of the fucking movie, man. Like that whole scene with the two of them. Like
Yeah.
you got to see Sub-Zero do like classic combo moves, but it didn't look stupid.
Oh yeah,
But
like,
here's
I
the
think-
thing. Of
Mhm.
all the people, I'm sorry to cut you off,
No,
Joe.
go
I'm
ahead.
really sorry to cut you off of that. But when it came to that, right there, when you said that, when it came to showing all the combo moves of all the people in this movie, it's easier to do that with Sub-Zero, just because he goes at a slower pace than everybody. So you can show him punch, 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 grow into ice, hit you, punch, 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 grow into ice, pop, pop, pop. You can do that with him. It looks perfect. It looks exactly like the video game because his pace slower. You can just shoot that better. But everybody else,
I mean, even Kung Lao, they were able to simplify the hat throw and it goes back to him. It's like, all right, cool. And, he did his fatality, which I'm like, that was actually pretty dope.
mhm.
Yeah, the fact that he did a fatality on such a throwaway character from an old game.
Which I am so okay. This is something else people don't understand. MK has so many throwaway characters that makes it perfect for a tournament.
I agree.
It does.
Real
they-
shit. Real shit.
The second I saw Nathan Jones, I'm like, no, he's
I
not
didn't
who
know
I
that
think
was-
he is.
No, wait,
Bro, I
wait,
didn't
see,
know that was
something.
Nathan Jones. I didn't know that was Nathan Jones until like the second viewing because someone pointed it out to me. But I will. What CJ just said, I didn't know because I wasn't. It was like 8 a.m. and I was fucking watching this. I was just super excited, and then I went back like, oh shit, that is. This movie, kudos to whoever did it, but like for them to say we're gonna put these characters in because the moment you saw them and you as Mortal Kombat fans knew they were dying. You fucking
Oh yeah, as soon as I saw
dying.
was it Raiko and Nutara, I was like, oh, they did. They
I said,
did.
yo, they are big dead. Like they say, we have enough characters to go for, and it will like we won't have to worry about it. Like it's like we will kill some of the favorite names, but we won't have to kill all of them.
Which means that Rain might die in another Mortal Kombat movie because nobody cares about Rain.
No,
I got Jade going out.
Wait, stop,
like Ray.
stop right there, CJ. You say no one cares about the most requested character across 2 MK games.
3 technically, if you think about it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, everybody was asking ever since he showed up in MK, was it
10.
MKX? Yeah, when he showed up in MK10, and he's only in the story, but he's not a playable character unless you hack the fuck out of the game, and data mine it, and then he finally becomes a DLC in MK11. So I can't say that no one gives a shit about Rain. A lot of people like him.
Do you guys agree with the? I told Shaggy like this movie. Listen, I don't hate it, and I hope they make sequels. Like I like Sub-Zero is my favorite character, and they fucking nailed him, so I'm happy. But the movie reminded me of the first Godzilla in that you start off with Bryan Cranston and you're super invested, but then you end with Aaron Taylor Johnson and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And this movie starts with Hanzo Hassan. Like the first 8 minutes of this movie are fucking great. It's beautifully shot. And you're like, wow, man, this is good shit. But then it turns into like a shitty Marvel movie, and then it gets good again. And then you get to like badass suit, Dad, and I'm like, oh fuck this movie.
Yeah, because it's Cole was hitting that line where it's like, all right, cool, fine, fuck it, and then it's like badass suit, Dad.
I can't tell if he's such a bad actor or if he's so good he was conveying like the shock and awe because no one reacted to anything in this movie.
He's a good actor Into the Badlands. That's the crazy part. That's why I was like,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to tell Joe. Like this script didn't do him no fucking favors.
Oh, it did not.
No,
this script,
none.
When I found out that one of the co-writers for this movie co-wrote fucking Wonder Woman '84, I was like, no wonder why this.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Here it is.
But wait, but Shaggy, hold on. There's something else you also gotta consider. You're gonna take a brand new character for the movie and pit him up against a whole bunch of highly established characters from a franchise.
And
Odds are already against him. He's already got the shitty end of that stick.
Yeah.
Of course.
And he's not going to say no to it. He's going to be excited to do the scene, but he already know the backlash. You're going to be the one to get to kill Goro.
Yep.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yep.
Which we know
Joe
Kentaro is. You know Kentaro's coming for revenge, or Goro's going to come back.
Here's going to be the best part. We get the sequel. Like we get hold on. We get the best part, right? Sequel comes out. Cole gets to fight Kentaro because hey, he defeated Goro. He beats him, and out of nowhere, Shao Kahn just walks up and snaps that neck.
Woo! I think that's a possibility. I think they're gonna Liu Kang him.
No, sir, that's Kung Lao.
That is Kung Lao.
Kung Lao. I'm sorry, Kung Lao. I'm skipping the Deadly Alliance. My bad.
No, MK9. Which, by the way, shout out to old boy playing Raiden. I love him. Like he did a good Raiden and stuff.
Really?
I like him.
You could get that motherfucker out of here.
What?
What?
You're gonna deny Itchy the Killer, man? Don't do that,
Joe,
man.
why would you say something so brave yet so controversial?
Like what? Listen, the actor's okay because he's the guy from Thor.
Yeah,
he's the guy that's like okay, but number one, he just looked like a fucking dude in robes and a hat. There was nothing godlike except for like the little flashlight eyes that he had. There was nothing.
I do it for you, Joe. Hey, Joe, I got you. Asian man. That's what he looked like.
Sir, if we're gonna go that far, you might as well call this Asian man the movie part 2. You might as well say that. I mean,
I do like the fact they gave him straight up LEDs for eyes.
You know what I'm saying? I do think that's cool and all that shit. But real talk, man. I seen niggas walk around like, as Anubis that look better than him and have more life than him as college than him. So I'm just
but to be fair,
man.
though, I will say that I did like old boy that played Shang Tsung a little bit more than Raiden, though. So.
Oh yeah. The dude playing Shang Tsung, son. Real talk, the script didn't do him no favors either. But you give him
he cheesed it up.
Oh man,
mean,
I think in the second movie he's gonna really establish
Oh,
that.
you already know.
Shang Tsung.
Oh, you already know him and Liu Kang gonna fight it out. I already know that.
So I said something to Joe that didn't really make sense to him, but I know it'll make sense to you too. Shang Tsung, one of my favorite characters. This Shang Tsung is like fucking watching Orange Cassidy for the first time. You know he's gonna do something fucking good, but he ain't did shit yet. But you want to see what he's about to do. You will tune in to kind of see what he's doing because you're interested in his mystique.
He gave you the preview when he took fucking Kung Lao's fucking soul. I was
exactly.
Like,
you're like, yo, okay, that's fucking. I was like, yo, that's fucking.
Yeah, that's it.
Caught on when he was in Earthrealm. His eyes went black.
Hold on. I got a question. I got a question for Joe. In terms of Shang Tsung's design, like, were you like me and maybe a couple of other people that was expecting him to ask Raiden to find a woman with green eyes? Because my man was pulling the David Lopan.
Lopan. Definitely was, bro. Holy shit. My man was Lopan.
I was like, yo, I'm like, excuse me, there's a David Lopan in my Mortal Kombat. What's going on with this?
All right, Joe's back in. Sorry.
I mean, real shit. I mean, if you think about it, Mortal Kombat is kind of loosely based off that.
It is.
Like if you want to keep it a buck. At the same time, yeah, that motherfucker Lopan.
I mean, that was just
I'm sorry. Shaq.
It was a little too on the nose. I'm sorry. Go ahead, D.
Big on the nose.
I'm sorry, Shag. I'm sorry to stop and stop this whole podcast on this, but Shag, I'm looking at your icon and I got to do it. Earth is under our control.
Thank you for respecting the icon.
Here's the fucked up.
All of Outworld will have all of Earth.
Here's the fucked up part. Whoever's gonna be Shao Kahn, they got a lot to live up to from that cheesiness. They really do. It's like, damn, how do you top that over the topness?
First of all,
snapping Cole's neck. Snapping Cole's neck.
Listen.
You're not only gonna make the fans pop over that shit, but you're gonna look like a fucking hero to all of the fucking edgelords. So you do it. You fucking do it.
Like I said, Hollywood, here's your idea. Go for it. You're welcome.
I swear, man, you have that motherfucker coming in off books, dick swinging, Thanos style, man. That's how you do it.
Like, guy go fucking nasty Nate. He just pops up out behind fucking Cole and just snaps his neck like, oh shit.
Elvis.
Speaking of which, Melina, pretty good.
Yeah, Melina the first one Melina had no business being that damn caked up on a Wednesday, all right?
Now I will say this is real, and me and the wife was talking about this. The way they animated her mouth, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm glad
you was gonna resemble the way they did that. When you saw her whole mouth kind of get wide, you see the extra teeth start popping out of the cheek and shit. Is like, yo, that's how you make that look. So I'm confident in the next movie, this is gonna look really good when you start seeing Baraka and all the rest of it.
I thought she was wasted.
I don't think she's done, but yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I'm saying she's wasted. She'll be back. First off, I'm sitting there going like, okay, for one, you introduced Melina, a popular character, but the person that should be kind of introduced first, or at least kind of said something, was Katana, because that's who she's cloned from. Yeah, so again, that's something only fans know.
Shaggy, that is very
true. Go ahead, bro.
Shaggy is very true, but you did see Katana, her fan. just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, but again, that's more fan shit. Man.
It was.
I had to be like for like, okay, who's this? And okay, she's kind of cool. Like me, as a fan, I'm like, yo, I like her design, and it's funny as fuck that some people are complaining about her hair, and I'm like, this bitch is a clone. She does not give a fuck.
Thank you.
Now.
Yo, people be complaining over the dumbest things. I'm like, why y'all guys talking about edge control for a character that probably doesn't give a fuck about edge control? What are we doing here, guys? Like, no.
Yeah, like
stop.
that's against the thing. But anyway, I felt as though she was wasted because she could have been played by like another ninja, another female ninja, or anything like that. Only because like that one, she's significant enough to where she should have been like, she probably would have been one of the people to live because you didn't really see enough of her, and when you did, and right when you saw probably the best version of her, they clapped her. So it was kind of, well, damn.
I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but I did feel some type of way that she got taken out by a regular special move.
I was wondering if Sonya had like that ring shit that killed somebody like that, and I was like, I can't for the life of me think.
I was like, that's her free. I'm like, son, that was her special from the very first Mortal Kombat games. Her regular ass move that kills. No kiss of death, huh? Melina wasn't good enough for that. Okay, movie.
But to the movie's credit, I'm glad that you just got past the whole thing of Sonya learning that move and just said, fuck it, she can do it. Like, all right, cool.
But again, if you're gonna have this fucking midichlorian bullshit, like have it just be consistent. You know what I mean?
Bro, like
I'm with you on that.
We can only pray that it's only gonna be, if we get a second movie, which you probably are, that they'll hire better writers so they can kind of fix the exposition shit in this. That way, like if they kind of did it for this and there was a lot of exposition, and it'd have been fine, but you also needed more fight. It's kind of like balancing and shit. It was weird because the shit they didn't have to explain, they did. But they didn't do a good job of it. And the shit they should have explained, they didn't.
Yeah.
So
when they tried to explain, they gave you a bullshit explanation. And then when they couldn't explain, they're like, yeah, just next scene.
Were y'all half expecting...
Like, goddamn.
Were y'all half...
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. No.
Were y'all half expecting Jax to pull the pit fatality on Raiko?
I wanted him to do
waste.
It. That was a super waste. I'm like, he fights him at the pit,
stage,
and he didn't uppercut him.
I was like, okay, you gave him his fatality, all right, fine. But I was like, if they did the pit, that would have been dope. Or maybe they're saving it for the sequel. I think that's the theme of the movie is saving stuff for the sequel. That's what it feels like.
No, first of all, CJ, I'm mad because that was a very well put together pit.
Oh, the set piece for it was dope.
The set for it was so good. I'm like, they gotta use it. I'm like, please utilize it.
You know what I thought? He thought he was going to take his hammer and uppercut him with it into the pit. When that didn't happen and he tossed the hammer aside, I was like, all right. And he did the hand clap fatality, which was fucking fire, by the way. That whole thing where he's like clap, he's like, oh shit. It's like, nope, these motherfuckers work. And I'm like, okay, that shit was great. What I would have fucking loved is at least push that motherfucker's dead body into the pit.
Well, for anyone, hey Shaggy, for anyone who was hoping that they weren't going to get any any extra cheese on this Whopper here, at least when he grabbed him, he didn't say "gotcha."
Yeah,
yeah. At least we didn't get that. Like it's a lot of stuff on here that I'm not mad. Like this. And like I'm critiquing it as a Mortal Kombat fan. For me, I enjoyed it because I got shit that I should have got first. The one between this movie and the first one, because I didn't get a chance to say it because obviously I am working. This movie gave us everything that the first movie couldn't get, but it didn't have the charm of the first movie. And that movie had less time.
That movie had like what, 90 minutes?
That bitch was an hour 20, and this was an hour 50. 20. And I feel as though they cut maybe 15 to 30 minutes out of this that probably would have explained a little bit shit better. Could have went towards the fights and they cut it. Another thing
I guess I failed to see it.
Good Lord.
What charm did the charm came because I was fucking 12.
Exactly.
No, but the charm came from Johnny Cage mainly. The charm came from
okay.
Johnny
So when I
Cage.
mean charm, I'll rephrase it. When I mean by charm, I really mean like you felt the togetherness between all three of them and maybe Raiden. Like you felt like, okay, these are three are the ones I'm gonna have to fucking go with on this adventure. I didn't get that with any of them.
No,
Like,
you're
at
right.
all.
But they also they fucked up because if you're they didn't know what movie they're making. Are you making it for fans or are you making
Yeah.
it for casuals? And if you're
that's-
making
yes,
it for
yeah.
fans, why would you take out
Go
one of the
all
most
in.
popular characters and replace him with a new guy? Why not have Johnny Cage be our in to this tournament and then have them look
he
for
wasn't.
Cole
I mean,
because Cole is the fucking chosen, whatever bullshit you want to make up. But like Johnny Cage
Or
should have been
fucking-
our in.
Or
And
fucking
it's like-
Luke, or make Cole Liu Kang. Like it's right there.
I mean, because the
But,
thing
like,
of it is, like, it'd be like doing a Street Fighter movie, and it's like, all right, we're gonna have this tournament. We're gonna introduce this new character for Street Fighter, but not Ryu and Ken and Gao. All right, I guess, sure.
Like it's one of those things. Like I said, man, it was nothing. I did not compare this movie to the first one. I'm gonna say that now, but it's like it's some shit with the first one. Like it had a sense of togetherness that this one didn't have. Like, hey, here's your favorite characters.
Yeah,
Go watch them. Like, here's your favorite characters, and here's the one guy who's holding them together. And he didn't do it. That's because Kano did. And Kano's not supposed to do that.
I think people also forget too. This is something that I had to tell people. I was like, hey guys, did you know the original film was not going to have the Reptile and Johnny Cage Scorpion fight?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
you know
never gonna be
the
there.
two fights that made the movie what it was. Exactly.
Those two fights are still better than the fights we got in this one.
Oh yeah,
And
it
I'm
is.
not counting the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fights because if you had fucked that up, this movie would have been garbage.
Yeah,
You cannot fuck up the biggest fucking rivals in MK, and you didn't get that in any other form of media. Well, probably not until like the games or even the animated movie. You didn't get that in any other form of media, and now you have an opportunity. You cannot fuck this up. You know where the budget went.
So do you think
It went to those fights.
So do you? I mean, we always say Mortal Kombat, nobody ever dies. So do you expect pretty much everybody to come back as like specters, pretty much?
Dude, look,
The only
CJ,
one
I
expected
said
to come
this.
back- Go ahead.
Like CJ, I said this from the beginning. First of all, when Kung Lao dies, like when Kung Lao died and all the other characters were taken by Shang Tsung, I said, yo, next movie, Quan Chi is going to show up. Kung Lao is coming back as a revenant.
Yeah, Revenant. My bad. Damn. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of interesting.
And you can already imagine the shock that's going to be on
Liu Kang's face.
Liu Kang's face when he has to fight his revenant cousin.
It's like you didn't save me, cousin.
And see, they said they were cousins, and then he said he was an orphan, and I'm kind of like, bro, what? You know, like they didn't build up any of that to like it. The only reason why I care between the relationship of Liu Kang and Kung Lao is because I'm a fan.
Yeah, if you know it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
If anything,
I'm a fan.
if anything, and I'm sure Joe can agree with me on this. If anything, you definitely became a fan seeing how two Shaolin monks roasted the hell out of Kano.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah!
I heard the
Like,
greatest,
with the
dude,
effort.
son, the greatest insult ever was put into this movie. You are what my man said. That he said he called him a rabbit. He called him an aggressive rabbit.
You are an aggressive rabbit.
Oh my
Soft,
god, man.
like soft on the outside, and it was
Yeah, they
like
coulda-
he
they coulda
fucking
fucked
look.
up
They
Kano
roasted
one.
him, and that was the fuck.
Man.
Oh yeah, they would have. Hey man, they were gonna whoop Kano's ass, bro.
No, the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
like everybody loved him, and I'm like one of the few people, and I get it. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like this guy, it's like he was silly.
It felt like his MK11 counterpart when his MK11 counterpart met his past version where they went wacky with his character in MK11.
Yeah, but like I was telling Shaggy like the other day, I was like, dude, even Deadpool shuts the fuck up.
True.
And this guy just kept going and going and going and going, and you're like, okay, I get it. I
If
get it.
the
It's funny.
idea-
And plus,
If
isn't
the
it like
idea
plus
was to
isn't
shut him
MK
up- Go ahead, bro.
like isn't MK11 Kano supposed to be like a huge reference to the '95 movie Kano?
But yeah, that's the whole
Yeah,
MK11
they
with
pretty
the
much-
time travel was basically like Johnny Cage looking at the 90s version of himself back in the past and Kano looking at the 90s version of himself, and it's like very self-aware. That whole game is self-aware of what it is.
So,
Which is
like,
what this
the thing
movie
is-
was.
The thing with Kano and shit, like, and the more I sat on it after me and Joe had this conversation, the more I can get it, because like, but then at the same token, it's like it made him talk a lot so he can get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
I still feel like he didn't get his comeuppance.
He's
The
not
fight
gonna
was fine.
die.
Oh hell no. Nah. I can see.
No,
I
they're
can
gonna
see-
bring him back, but like, if you're gonna, yeah,
I mean,
go
he
ahead.
just essentially. I mean, he
Sorry.
just essentially got stabbed in the fucking eye again. And I'm like, he might still just been
You
passed
mean-
out.
The
and
one
then-
eye that's supposed to be
Yeah.
replaced.
Yeah, that's what I was like. He probably just passed out. He probably ain't dead. So yeah, I can see it. I can totally see it coming back. You know, it just, you know, like I said, it just, when you think about it and stuff, I think the marketing leading up to the movie, they made it seem as though it was going to be MK1, and then you realize this is just a very movie version of MK Conquest. It's a prequel, which I'm like, all right, fine, it's a prequel.
What's funny is like
It's
the
a prequel, which I'm okay with.
yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry, bro.
the
Go.
movie. It's like what everybody accuses DC of doing is how they try to world build when they can't even get one right. And
Yeah.
you know, listen, man, like I love Mortal Kombat, and you know, by and large, we just want to see them fight. But a lot of
Yeah.
these fights weren't even good. They were like I
It's
was
the
telling
editing
Shaggy,
form that threw it off.
it's
'cause-
the editing, but also up until the fatality, there was little or no consequences in anything they did aside from the Sub-Zero fights. Like when fucking Kung Lao is fighting, there's no like sense of like impact or weight to what he's doing. It's just fancy shit that happens to land, and you're like, aren't these? I mean, like in the game, there's that X-ray mode. I don't need X-ray mode, but at least
I'm
they're
glad they
showing
didn't put
you-
X-ray in this movie.
No,
Oh my-
I am too, but at least they're showing you like, hey, some of these basic moves can fuck you up too.
Mhm.
It felt like everything was just rushed to get to
Yeah.
that end. And even like with Cabal, he's not dead. He's just fucked up. He's burned. He can live in that suit all fucked up again.
He's even more burnt than he was.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what?
exact-
You know what? Good example of this. I love Ninja Assassin, right? One of the guys, one of the stuntmen, I think it was Matt Mullins. He was reviewing the movie and he was like, "Yo, I enjoyed Ninja Assassin," but he was like, one of the biggest critiques of it, especially as somebody that's a stunt person, is that they didn't allow the fights to show what these fights could really be. They edited it down, kind of like this movie, where it felt like they didn't allow the people fighting to actually see the fighting play out the way it did. It was just
Exactly.
edited. Yeah. So it's like you like the fighting, but it just felt like it was lacking something. And if they just allowed the fights to be what it is, it would have been, like you said, Joe, it would have been more impactful and stuff, pretty much.
Exactly. I mean,
Because
you saw
another,
Jax
that's
punch
another
in
reason
what's
why I
his
said, go ahead, bro.
like you see
No,
when Sub-Zero fought Jax, you saw the impact that he was having. I mean, he was fucking him up, right?
Oh yeah.
But aside from that, who had any impact in their skill set?
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Not
Luke-
fucking
maybe
Cole
Luke
with
Kane.
his
Yeah.
rubber suit.
Which, by the way, yeah, I actually like this girl more than the 95 movie.
I mean, granted, he did look like a CGI World of Warcraft.
But it looked pretty clean though.
It looked clean. It looked clean, but there was just certain shots where I looked at him like, "Yo, are we watching the same movie here?" I'm like, "Dude, you look like you look like a cutscene ripped out of World of Warcraft."
Well, I would say that I think what kept it, but I think what made it work is that, like, one of the biggest things when you do like a CGI character like that is that a lot of people, they don't know how to blend the character in the background that they're on, and I think that also worked in the movie's favor. It was nighttime. If it was daytime, that shit would have looked fucking video gamey as shit.
Oh, I would have laughed hard if this was done in the daytime. I'm like, dude, number one, he gets the Wakandan armor in the daytime.
And I think the benefit of having that fight at night is like you can actually kind of like cheat and make the character look good at nighttime, and then realize, oh, this is like CGI. All right, cool. fine. You know,
What is Cole's power? Like he takes an ass whooping and he builds weapons,
it's
or
like
what the fuck?
Wakanda armor, essentially.
Pretty
That was
much.
pretty much the whole idea throughout the first 30 minutes is he just kept taking ass whoopings.
That magically brings out Tonfas, and I'm like,
It's-
oh, so you're going full.
It made sense,
it
but
was-
there was no reason for you to care.
It was the Rocky factor for him.
I mean, we saw at the beginning of the movie when his MMA career was very short lived.
Dude, that's the worst fucking armbar I've ever seen in a movie in
Woo!
my life.
Man.
I was telling
man.
Shaggy, like, if you're a martial artist and you're supposed to be a world champion, and he's sitting there, he's got a guy in an
Former world
armbar, and he's like twisting and grunting, and I'm like, dude, like at least try to make it look real. And I get that, like, I'm nitpicking, but this is a movie about fighting. And even that shit, I was like, God damn it. Like, he's not even like elevating his hips or anything. It just, I'm not trying to be like Mr. Know-It-All, but it's like, you know, he's a martial artist. You have professional trainers. Everybody in the fucking cast is a martial artist, give or take. And shit like that, it's like, it just looks bad.
I mean, it's not nitpicking because, I mean, even in Flashpoint, Donnie is using MMA and it's like on point, like everything, armbar and everything. So it's not really a nitpick. That actually makes sense if you're going to show it.
Joe makes a good point. It you know, you should nitpick in a fighting movie. A lot of the scenes, some of the scenes that they edit, the way they edit it, they kind of edit, you know, they do these kind of cuts that kind of take away from the impact of the punch and all that.
Yes.
Some of that happens in this movie.
Dude, no.
And
fucking
that
God.
takes away from these
can I
martial
even say
artists
that?
who are fucking good. They are really, really good.
Ooh,
But
that's a
some
good
of the
point.
fighting, it's a look
Bro,
kind of meh.
bro,
You know what I mean?
bro, no. So we watch wrestling and we know, like, at least throughout 2020, you know, they recorded the shit and they edited it to where everything kind of flows together. I understand doing that in this movie. You didn't do that here. Because whatever editing that you did, whatever editing job that you did, you legitimately fucked around and there should be no reason while I'm in fucking Cole's garage watching Goro throw hands with him, and as soon as a punch is thrown, I'm back in fucking Outworld watching Liu Kang block Cabal. Or like in Raiden's Temple, sorry. But none of that it was so janky to the where I'm like, I kind of don't care about this until you stop and just focus. Let the fucking fights breathe.
Yeah, and that's and that happens in a lot of martial arts movies that are badly edited. You take away from some very skilled martial artists, some very good choreography gets butchered because you don't know how to stay in a scene, or you think it ain't a cool enough shot.
Well, that's why I mentioned the ninja. That's why I mentioned
when you go for like the pretty shot, you do take away from impact. You do take away from continuity and flow of a fight.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the Ninja Assassin example. The Ninja Assassin example is a great example of you take away the impact and stuff. I mean, well, Sam brings up a good point in the comics. Get Gareth Evans. That dude knows how to fucking show action.
Well,
like,
the best example is like the opening 7 minutes. It's fucking great. I mean, the action. You're not cutting. You're not when he's killing the Lin Kuei guys. You're not cutting away to different shit. Like, the thing that he didn't want to happen has already happened, so you don't need to cut away from what he's doing.
Yeah,
and it's fucking great. I mean, you know, he's crawling to his child as he dies, and it's great. Even in the last fight, you know, him and Scorpion, like, that was awesome. The ice wall, the fucking, you know, freezing the blood and shit, like, that was perfect. But then they cut to Cole fucking
punching
chipping
the ice to get it. Yeah, it's like, what?
And you're like, get the fuck out of here! Like, get out! Like grown folks are fighting. You know what I mean? Like, and that was the perfect example. Is like, you start it really strong, really strong. Even the Sub-Zero and Jax, there was no cuts to shit. It was like focused on them in the warehouse. Let it breathe, let it play out, and it was brutal. But then, you know, every fight after that, it's like they got a new editor in here, and he's like, all right, I don't know what to do. But that last fight between them, aside from the Cole bullshit, was fucking great. It was awesome.
Yeah, like I said, I just want more of that and stuff. I low key thought that Cole.
This fucking
movie. I was gonna
say this fucking movie was eating a piece of. Strike gum.
Hold on, what
Starts
type of
off
gum?
fucking great, but then the flavor fucking goes out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said what type
I
of
said
gum?
fruit stripe gum, bro.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, like it's like, but you come like as soon as the flavors start to run out, you pop in like 2 more sticks and you can finish it, and it's
I was
fine.
about to say the exact same thing. You pop in
Yeah.
that stick and you get a little bit more, and you're like, okay, cool, and then it just dies.
Like cool,
Yeah.
and it just dissipates. So you're
But
next
here-
thing you know, you're eating like 5 fucking sticks. Now you got to go out and go buy another fucking box.
But I will say this in defense. I mean, Raiden looked fucking stupid, but Sub-Zero, you know, those guys wearing those masks, right? Like, first, you're kind of like, what's the point of the mask? But I like how his head piece looked kind of like organic looking, like almost like muscle.
Yeah.
So, like, they took the character who kind of looks silly, you know, outside of the video game. And at first, I'm like, God, his head's gonna look all big with this mask on. He actually looked I even liked the armor that he was wearing and shit. Like, they made like Cabal was spot on. Goro looked cool. Shang Tsung looked cool, even though he didn't do shit. You know, like they had the look of the character right, but they just kind of, it's almost like they gave us a glimpse of cool shit
Of what
but
could be.
Yeah, but they didn't know what to do with it. And it's like I said, man, I hope they make more. I would love to see a trilogy fleshed out. Get rid of Cole, kill him off, you know, whatever, kill his family, like make him interesting.
Dude,
But
I was team kill his family. Like you got to do something. Like give me some reason to root for him. Because at least at that point, if you killed the little girl, at that point I'm like, okay, you know, now we got him. Now I got to fuck somebody up. I want you on that. But
I mean,
no reason to fucking.
You kill a little girl.
Like him.
Nah, you kill a little girl. I'm like, okay, well,
kill his mama.
Bring it in.
Well, then everybody will have been mad.
No,
like, why'd you kill the woman?
Not just that. You said little. Notice I said little girl and not daughter because you had no fucking idea that was his daughter.
I thought it was like his sister.
I thought that was his stepdaughter. I thought that was his stepdaughter. Like that wasn't his actual.
I thought that was his cousin. That's the way he treated her.
I thought it was a stepdaughter because I was like, Cole, did he get? All right, movie. He got married, I guess. I didn't know.
Daughter? How old are you?
You know what I thought they did? I thought they were gonna pull some shit like Raiden time travel to the future and drop Cole off in like 1992 or some shit, and then go back in time or some dumb shit.
And when they explained that he's the ancestor, here's me. Oh, thank God.
Bro, look. If you needed him to be that guy, you needed to do a little bit better in getting us to care about him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I ain't come to this movie to see him.
You know what? It could be just because you know why I let a lot of shit go in this movie, and it's just because Cole did give me one line that we all agree with. It's stupid, but I thought it was funny. He was like, "That's just okay. That's wacky. Look, it's spelled with a K. They didn't even spell combat right. Like when that happened for D, my brain said, "Hey D, how you doing? We're going to just let it go. We're letting everything fucking go because Mortal Kombat told you off the break. Look, you about to see everything you want. Shut the fuck up. Just deal with this bland ass character.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I think people at this point they want the studios to put their best foot forward. And I think the assumption is that they didn't. I think they did to a degree, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to peel back and look back at your work and be like, is this enough? Okay, we probably need to do X, Y, and Z. And
I mean, it's got the video game movie curse working against it, and it's got the fact that it not only is a video game, but it's a pretty outlandish video game.
Yeah.
So listen, man. Like we're all sitting here critiquing it. I don't know how you make a better movie outside of what we discussed in terms of like, flesh things out. So I give them credit. Like they did probably the best live action version that could be done given the resources that they had. I'm sure they can do better.
Everything else.
Tighten it up, hire better writers, just tighten things here and there.
That's why I look
But-
at folks. I'm like, I like the video games too, but even the video games were outlandish as fuck. So it's like, yeah.
But you know what drove me nuts is the flashbacks. Is like, you guys are all wrestling fans, so here's a reference for you. The flashbacks of Scorpion from Cole. It was like watching Elimination Chamber and the guys in the pod, and you can just see him like frothing at the mouth, but he's not doing shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, Joe, with the fucking modern day.
I was waiting for
saying,
Scorpion
like,
to.
Yo.
I was waiting for
Vince
Scorpion to be
McMahon
like. I was waiting for Scorpion to just yell out, "Let me out, Cole! Let
Yeah,
me
exactly.
out!"
And then they let him out, and then they fuck up the dude. They both gang up against him. Like, that's what. Because I'm like, why are you showing me flashbacks? Like, show why he's like this. Don't show me flashbacks.
Another thing I was telling Joe that should have happened. No, another thing I was telling Joe that should have happened that probably would have helped Cole a little bit more. Don't show us the 7-minute opening. Take that out. And hear me out. Take it out and put it in throughout the movie. Have that actually be the dream sequences that he's fucking seeing. And kind of spread out. So that actually helps us. That actually helps us, like, because he like started off. The movie starts off with him in the fucking fake ass UFC arena. That's pretty much what starts it off. Like, he's getting he's reliving those flashbacks, and then finally he gets to see. He actually realizes what the fuck happened, and then like that also could happen to where he triggers. Like, that triggers fucking Scorpion coming out.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
that actually fucking works. Oh, wait, that would help the Cole character a hell of a lot more, because it's like, bro, what are you fucking getting at? And then he's like, what? And you can even have him like, what the fuck you mean, my ancestors? Or like him asking questions like that don't get answered, and then he just fucking happens to use it because that's kind of what happens. He sees his daughter getting fucked up, and he sees his wife getting fucked up, and he's like, yo, I need to do something. He pulls out this shit. And then goes to fucking, like, he pulls out the shit, and then and then that's what fucking Scorpion comes out.
You know what else? You know what else I really liked?
Bigger impact.
They didn't. Like in the first one from was it 95?
Yeah, 95.
Okay, so I was 13.
Yeah, 95.
Okay, I like in this one. He just has the fucking spear, and it just comes out of his sleeve. I don't need an explanation.
Yeah, just do it. Just like,
I don't need
and the funny part is
dinosaur head poking out.
It didn't come out of his fucking hand.
And the funny part is, I think it was great that they prayed. And I think it was great that they preluded from the beginning of the movie when he actually made his own like version of that. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. All right, cool, awesome, great.
I give the director that, because he's like, look, I did my Googles. I found out that his actual spear was actually a fucking garden tool, so we're gonna fucking make it an actual garden tool, and that's how he fucking gets his spear.
Didn't they do that in
Bravo for your fucking detail.
Didn't they kind of do that in MK? Didn't they do that in MKX when he was like human?
To me, that's how you fucking get. To me, that's how you help Cole out. Like, you didn't do the man no favors, and I still don't care about him. If he fucking dies doing something cool in the next one, then I'll give a shit.
But But have y'all noticed what we have been really talking about this last hour or so? Have you noticed something? The two things that we're not complaining about is Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
it is almost like, I don't know, the screenwriter, director, and the producer all said we better not fuck those two up. Everything else can go to the wayside. We can work around it, but God forbid we fuck up on these.
Oh yeah, because I think that's the clue right there.
You can see where the money went. You saw where the money went.
I mean, it's $50 million. You already knew where it was at.
Like, look, we got a budget. Let's use about 80% of that on that, and make sure that's fine.
Because the only reason why I say that, not only because they're the cover boys of the fucking game, but really think about it. Every time there's a demo for the new game, guess who you seen in the fucking opening thing? Scorpion, Sub-Zero fight. It is always beast out. It always like a beast ass fight. So yeah, that's what they want to gear up for. That was all fan service. If anything, all the fan service in there got drained right into that, and all the little everything else got sprinkled onto it. What you got is a fan service movie.
No,
Also,
you're right. You're right.
That's
You're
the
right.
real reason why a lot of us ain't bitching.
But that's the thing too.
Get every mark for us.
But what kills me is that people's misconception of like characters, like they was like, "Oh, Liu Kang was great in '95. What about this Liu Kang?" I'm like, about on point. About on point.
About on point. He's driven by having a fucking mountain put in front of him. The mountain hasn't formed yet. He just saw his cousin got his soul sucked out of him, man. He don't. Come on, bro. What you want?
Which is ironic because the first MK in '95, he's only joined in because his brother got killed, but also he is like the heir to the old Kung Lao. So it's oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. Fine. So it's like even with that, your soul is mine. No.
So hey, shout out to fucking Cabal with that great fucking line.
Oh, he's about to get his soul sucked.
I am laughing at every chick. I am laughing that every chick took that line and just ran with it the whole weekend. That was fucking. I fucking laughed.
Chick, I'm sorry, chick. You mean fat black nerds, right?
Yeah,
fat black male nerds, right? I don't think a woman.
I think you guys are right, though. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Also, Jax didn't say ashtray, bitch. I have to dock that some points.
Hey, look, you got to dock some points over there. But look, Mekhi Brooks, I give it up how he has turned around as an actor and how he really cut out a real fucking career now. You know what I mean? And him doing action, I believe him over a lot of Negroes. I would give you that.
Honestly,
there's a couple of them. I'm not even going to name names.
He was the one I liked the most.
But I like him.
Next to Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I want to call Joe out because the moment he got fucking, and I remember we had the conversation, man. The moment he got cast for Jax, you were like, I can't see him as Jax.
No, you're right.
Because then we started talking about because his age. And then we found out how old
because I thought it was because Supergirl. That's what I thought it was.
No, it was because I remember him from True Blood where he played Eggs.
Oh yeah.
And he was I mean,
Eggs,
listen, man, the guy's he's not fucking scrawny by any means, but he was smaller in that show and he played a much younger character. And when I was telling chat, I was like, I just don't see it because I pictured Jax almost like a fucking Carl Weathers, you know what I mean? Like a seasoned veteran. And then we found out that he's like fucking 40 or something. Or 40 something or whatever, and then you see I was like, well, fuck. And then I saw him. Put muscle on. And number one, that guy's fucking huge. And number two, I was like, oh god, he's got the mustache. He didn't have a beard. He didn't have any of that shit. Man, you guys know who John Jones is, the fighter? He looks exactly like John Jones.
He does. Oh yes, he does.
Exactly like John Jones.
It was around about 2019, actually. Actually, it was 2020. It was 2020. Yeah, It was 2020 where he was in that Tyler Perry movie, A Fall from Grace, and all the women went crazy over him, over his physique. I'm like, man, Mekhi Brooks ain't that big. Oh my god, where did this shit come from?
Bruh, it was like. Bro, it was like looking at fucking Drew McIntyre, just like, holy shit, he's
I know, right? Like, dude, you're huge. What the hell?
And here's the crazy part. Like,
look. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's the thing about Black Don't Crack, which is really hilarious to me. See, Steve Harvey has looked the same for the last 35 years, and everybody will get his age wrong. So, with even Mekhi Brooks, it's easy to make a black man look old. But guess what? How old am I? Ooh.
That's the crazy part because like when
all you gotta do is look, you can make them look, you be surprised if you make me go bald headed, you like, damn, dude, you like 55 now, man. What the hell?
I mean, the crazy part is like I remember seeing McCann at one of the Comic-Cons and stuff, and he looked like he could be like a wide receiver for a football team.
Exactly.
But I would have never imagined him getting this big. I was like, son of a bitch.
I think that was just, just real talk. Age. age.
Yeah.
You know, you get wider as you get older, man. That's just how it is.
No,
You know what I mean?
he's 100% right, because when he was cast, I kept saying, like, I just don't see it, which means I need to shut the fuck up, because I was wrong about him. I was wrong about Daniel Craig. I was wrong about fucking Heath Ledger. Like, I should probably just shut my mouth, because next to Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I actually really liked Jax. And even the shit, like, yeah, these motherfuckers are work. That line, I'm like, dude, he actually kind of pulled it off. Like,
Oh,
he had
man.
that swagger.
Classic. I love that line.
Oh, I felt that. Did y'all feel that too? When these motherfuckers work.
He
Dog, yes.
Like, I bought it.
Hey. Ooh.
Oh, look at that, Shag. That was black. See, that was blackness that rolled over you. Oh,
Exactly. You know it was.
that's my people. Oh, damn it.
Yep. I was like, yep, these motherfuckers work. And I was like, yeah. He said that shit with some bass in his voice too. I was like, all right.
Oh man.
I said, this is my favorite fucking
funny.
line in the whole movie.
Basically,
you know what?
basically he was forgiven for I did 6 tours, motherfucker.
I know, and the funny thing is, I actually like that too, bro. Like, I like that line because it was like, yo, he got kicked, and he's like, I did 6 tours, motherfucker, brings that shit on him. He brought that shit on and got fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, can't win them all. These 6.
So
I
got a question.
He realized that he got fucked up by a little Asian dude. And he's, you know what I mean? Like when he gets out of the car, and he's got the gun and everything. I'm like, all right, like, he's fucking huge. So, like, I can buy this. And then he's in the warehouse. When he said that, I'm like, God damn it. Like, shut up. But then, like you guys said, I mean, when he's doing these moves, I mean, you can see how fucking big the guy, like, he's like ridiculously big, but he gets fucked up.
I mean, even Sub-Zero for one point when he got punched, Sub-Zero was like, son of a bitch. All right.
Yeah.
It's like, you actually hit me.
You hit me. All right, you got to go.
I mean,
Sorry.
he punched the dude in a metal face mask and didn't flinch. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'd have fucking cried and run home. But I really, like, I like the way the arms look. I like him. He's one of the guys that I'm looking forward to the most in sequels, because, like, Sonya, she didn't really do anything. Kano, we've already talked about Kano. Like, most of them, I'm like, you could have saved him for a sequel.
Yeah.
But he's like one of the guys where it's like, you know what? I should just shut the fuck up about everything from now on, because I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Sonya was all right. I mean, wasn't nothing. You didn't really fuck her up that much, so it's like, all right, that's fine, cool. I know the big lingering question before we go is a debate now. The Miz put his hat in the ring to play fucking Johnny Cage. You think they're gonna bite?
No.
Probably not, because you like as much as I would like it, because I'm like, yo, if he gets one thing, it's either this or Booster Gold. Other than that,
I want Booster Gold though, to be honest.
I'd rather him be anything else. Gold. He'll kill it.
I want my guy. I want my Johnny Cage to be like. I need my Johnny Cage to actually not only he can act, but he can also fight. Not saying Miz can't fight, but like my man, I don't know if you can act really.
We need
well.
a charismatic.
Like,
I need charismatic MK. I need charismatic MK9 Johnny Cage.
Well, let me ask you this: name a wrestler that can act outside of wrestling.
Batista, you know.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Roddy Piper.
Piper.
I said act. I didn't say be in movies.
Living.
Act.
That's still alive.
This is still alive. I say The Rock is I say The Rock is the closest.
You said wrestler, Chris.
Oh, that's still wrestling. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Still working and still alive.
Cena, God damn it, yeah, Cena ain't wrestling. Fuck.
But see, here's the thing, Joe. I get where you're going at. I get where you're going. I get where you're going with that. But here's the thing about Miz, and I love Miz. We got data on this motherfucker as not a good actor. So
true. That is very true.
There's one thing for you to like be kind of wooden and not the rest of that, but then there's you leading movies and then
you call the Marine 3 and 4 leading, I guess, sure.
Right.
But here's the funny thing about that also. And just because of the setup, why it's perfect for Miz is because that's kind of how some people see Johnny Cage. You either see Johnny Cage as super successful or somebody who fucking sucks.
Who's a
Like,
fraud?
Yeah, sure, you could probably kick somebody's ass in real life. You probably have all of that right to be this like fucking our boy, we just did it. Not Speakman. Well, Speakman, one of them, one of those.
Dude from Bloodsport, that dude, Frank
I
Dukes.
Not Frank Dukes. Oh God, no. See, look, Frank Dukes is a pure sports entertainer. Anyway, but no. Here's the thing. He has all this, he has all of this talent, and yet you have zero charisma that puts you over. Like, yeah, you can act, but nobody likes you. Like, nobody.
When I think of Johnny Cage, the name that pops in my head is, and I'm not saying he should play the character, and I think he would take away from the movie, but when I think of like a real life Johnny Cage, I think of like a Ryan Reynolds. I don't think he should be Johnny Cage because I think he's too recognizable now, and I think he would take away.
And the crazy shit is he turned it down.
But I think he turned it down because he would take away from the movie.
Oh yeah, because it'll be Ryan Reynolds Mortal Kombat, and everybody else be second fiddle.
But basically, let's say you didn't know who the fuck he was, and he's kind of an up and comer. That's your Johnny Cage right there.
I mean, I think that's what worked for in the '95 movie. Nobody knew who the fuck Lyndon Ashby was and stuff, and he did Mortal Kombat. Now all of a sudden, people know who Lyndon Ashby was, even though
do they really, Chris? I love Lyndon Ashby. But
I know. I'm saying at the time,
even
at the
time, Chris, and I love him again.
No, that was supposed to be his movie. That he was supposed to be the next big thing, and you know how Hollywood is. It's like, oh no, that didn't happen.
But do you think when they cast Johnny Cage, they'll not necessarily a big name, but they'll go for someone that's somewhat recognizable?
They're gonna get a Canadian TV actor to play Johnny Cage. It's gonna be somebody that we didn't see, and it's like, oh, I know that dude from Degrassi or some bullshit or whatever. I don't know.
I say you just go for it. I say you fucking go for it. I say you go for it. Get motherfucking Jean-Claude Van Damme and have him be just just really like Johnny Cage is still here. Like, Johnny, stop. Come on. Everybody likes Johnny Cage.
Like, one part is he probably can do You Got Cage pretty well too.
Oh my God, he would. I say you go for it.
Nah, here's the best part. They go to see Johnny, like when Cole goes to meet Johnny, and of course, he's going to meet him on the set of Ninja Mime, right?
Yeah.
Now
it has to be Ninja Mime. If it's not Ninja Mime, it's going to be.
He calls for a stunt. Now hold on. He calls for the stunt double. Why does the stunt double turn out to be Van Damme?
Ooh,
that'd be hilarious.
I would love that.
Again, Hollywood, you're welcome.
On how much money.
I mean, they got put it this way. I will say this about this movie. This is another thing. You could tell they filmed this shit in fucking Australia because they only had 4 sets in this goddamn movie. 4.
Man,
the outer desert area of Australia, the outback of Australia. You know, a couple of intersections of the city. Maybe that might have been Sydney or whatever, and then like maybe a random temple or whatever area they found somewhere in the outback.
You know what's weird though?
You look like Chris. You're being generous, man. They popped in that first UFC game that was on PlayStation 3, and they got that gym.
What was weird is Shang Tsung's throne. I was like, what the fuck is he facing? He's facing like a long walkway, but he's not even facing, like, he's not looking down on anybody. There's not even a lot of room for people to stand. But he was a weird choice of like aesthetic for a throne for a
like an actual castle or something.
Oh, I got a real quick thing. I got a question. Did anybody else catch that Nightwolf reference?
Yes.
Yes.
The
Kodokan, like the Kodokan's freaking Shinnok's amulet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which, oh God bless Nightwolf, because he's gonna die in another movie. You already know that.
Was that supposed to be Quan Chi in one of the paintings, or was it? Because I thought it was Baraka.
I thought it was. But I also thought that was Shinnok. I also thought it was Shinnok, man. So I didn't know. I couldn't tell.
That might be Baraka. They haven't really said, or at least a Tarkatan.
Yeah.
Or at least a Tarkatan. But like other than that, they didn't really specify. I think it's supposed to be like glimpse and look at it, but like the only other thing is the funny thing you say about Nightwolf. You know, there's many of motherfuckers to play Nightwolf. Like there's like different Nightwolves for any particular time. So it was like that's one person you can use and he could be fucking cannon fodder and it'd be fine. But if he's going Nightwolf would be the characters that I would like. He sacrificed himself, just like he did in MK9. But he would be one of those characters like, yo, if I need somebody to go on a suicide mission, it'd be him.
But isn't Kung
and-
Lao the same way? Isn't Kung Lao a mantle?
Oh, like he had an ancestor.
So it's weird. So if we're going by current lore, there's ancestor of Kung Lao. He was named Kung Lao. He
Right.
died, then came back. But if we're
they're
going
doing
on
that
the older shit, that is passed down. Yes.
Yeah,
So you can
So they
definitely
could
do
bring
it, but
back
it's kinda like-
Kung Lao.
yeah, because wasn't his son in
you can
MKX?
bring back a Kung Lao.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can bring back a Kung Lao. The problem with this shit is him and Liu Kang are kind of like buddy because you've already established that. So it'd have been kind of weird if you got another Kung Lao out of the plane of the existence. So
Or
if
do
we
they
get
try to
another
do
Kung
some
Lao,
shit?
I don't think it'll be this movie. I think it'll be like, yeah.
Do you think they do something where like they can salvage his soul or some shit, or do you think he's just dead?
well, I mean, it's like Eric
I
said.
I told you
I'm
he's
thinking
gonna
that
come
movie-
back as I told you he's gonna come back as a revenant through Quan Chi.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happening.
If they don't use Quan Chi, at all, like if anything, I'm not expecting Quan Chi or we Shao Kahn until like the third and the fourth. Like if we even go that far, like I'm still thinking the second is gonna be all about Shang Tsung.
Oh yeah,
100% all about Shang Tsung.
he gonna jump into the
Like
fray.
you're not gonna get no kind of Quan Chi. You may get like a Quan Chi reference, but I'm not thinking we're gonna get a Quan Chi period. Like it's gonna like, yo, he's gonna, if anything, Lou's gonna be that guy to beat Shang Tsung. And Kung Lao's soul is gonna be free, or it won't. It was like I thought you said Kung Lao's soul is gonna be free, and it didn't. Someone else has it. It could be Quan Chi.
Yeah,
But the shit is, if the outcry is big enough, they will bring a character back. But I don't think the outcry is going to be big enough to do that. But you can also use Kung Lao as a subplot.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I just hope they
to,
treat
like-
fucking Shao Kahn like Thanos. I don't want them to just throw him in the next one. Like,
Thank you. I don't want a goofy ass
Yeah.
Shao Kahn.
Same.
Please. He needs to
Same,
be
like-
he needs to be this big menacing
The
ass
Spectre.
boss.
like the specter of the whole MK shenanigans. Like,
See,
all
that's
right,
No,
crazy.
better yet,
Here's
hold
the
on. Make
crazy
it even
thing.
make it even better. Make it even better. Yes. At the end of the 95 movie, when Shao Kahn shows up as that freaking giant spirit, I'm like, I want that Shao Kahn with the Dr. Claw voice, okay? Not the shit that came 2 years later.
So here's the thing I'm thinking about too, guys. This movie it was doing its own thing based in the Mortal Kombat universe, right?
yeah.
Shang Tsung should have been the big bad, but the real big bad in this movie was fucking Sub-Zero.
mm-hmm.
They can make anybody the fucking big bad in this bitch. And
I mean, Shang Tsung
while we
respected
want-
he respected Sub-Zero enough to be like, yeah, I ain't gonna fuck with this guy, but
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
you get-
No, because check it out. Here's what I
fucking-
think. Here's what I think is going to happen with as far as Shang Tsung is concerned. When he said, right now, you think I just brought warriors. Next time I'm bringing armies.
Mhm.
Not only is he going to show up with an army of mostly throwaway MK characters, but I got a feeling we're going to get young Shang Tsung.
yeah, youthful Shang Tsung.
We get the young
I'm
Shang
also
Tsung.
thinking that that Mortal Kombat 2. I'm thinking Mortal Kombat. If and when we get Mortal Kombat 2, I think realistically it'll be based on Mortal Kombat 2, but also the tournament from 1.
Yeah,
Like the second movie is going to be the actual tournament.
I mean that's essentially wasn't that was like
And
MK9
it's just
ish
gonna be
was
high
kind of like
gear into that.
yeah. I mean wasn't MK9 pretty much like combination of 1
They
and
were
2
kind of fucking
basically?
around. Yeah,
Oh,
1 and 2, and then kind of 3 happened. Now here's one thing I forgot that I know I mentioned on my show, but I wanted to say it here as well. I made a callback to the first movie, and I said straight up, like, why in the fuck? First movie, why in the fuck did Shang Tsung? Why is Shang Tsung inviting some of Earth's greatest fighters to this fucking tournament when when he's trying to win? If I'm trying to win, I'm not inviting these motherfuckers nowhere.
You remember
Scrubs.
you remember
Hold
his
on.
ace in the whole. Oh,
Hold
sorry.
Hold on. Because the reason why I bring that up is because I actually got my fucking answer, kind of, sort of, with this movie. He's like, yo, fuck it. Ain't gonna be no tournament.
Yep.
These motherfuckers ain't got no representatives. So I'm like, thank you.
I mean, but that was the central
conceit. About losing no tournament if there ain't no tournament to lose.
That was the central conceit that I think a lot of people forgot from the games and stuff. Which I will be honest with you, you played them video games. Up the recent ones, sure, they mentioned a tournament, but the other games really only mention a tournament when you beat the game with a character and their ending. Nah. And even then, it was kind of like who won the tournament, and then you had to find out.
Two games. You got 2 games with tournaments, 1 and 2. That's it.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, it was 2. I kept telling folks, I was like, I get that you wanted the first movie at a tournament, but again, guys, the central conceit is that the bad guys are literally like, yo, why are we doing these tournaments again? Why? No, we're not doing this again.
Fuck y'all. Like, we not doing this. Like, we not doing this. Like, there's no reason to do this. Like, there's no reason to do any of this. And I was
let's go to war.
Fucking happy that, like, I was so fucking happy to see Shang Tsung say, like, bro, like, we can't lose a tournament if they ain't got no fighters.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, yeah, all we gotta do is kill these some bitches. What the fuck Raiden gonna do? Raiden can't do shit. And even Raiden was trying to sit there and say, you know it's forbidden to attack before the tournament. But we was like,
Also, Shaggy, let's be real too. I think it was great that I like the consistency through the games and even this movie series, where the Elder Gods really just sit on their hands and they don't do shit, don't they? They just don't do nothing.
Yeah, they don't do shit.
It's like, yo, Elder Gods, you gonna come down and
kill these motherfuckers before the Elder Gods pick the fuck up, because if they see this shit, we are all fucked.
Yo, Ryan is the only. It's like Ryan is the only one that's legit like, all right, I'll try something. Fuck. All right, force field. I'm like, so Elder Gods, you're not gonna jump in and stop this?
Y'all see, he's like, yo, y'all see this shit, right? My man Raiden was fed up through the whole thing. He was like, I gotta protect these fucking assholes. All right, man. It's like these motherfuckers, like, Shang Tsung got a motherfucker with 4 arms. I got a motherfucker that don't even have none. What the fuck kind of shit is this? He's like, all right, man, whatever. My man,
that's your brothers and sisters, and they ain't even helping out. And you know what? Again, it's on brand. The Elder Gods apparently don't do shit except sit on their hands and just collect money. That's it. It's like, God damn, y'all don't
collect money.
Shit, bro. That's fine. It's funny because it's kind of like, think of it. That's what they doing. They say, yo, we riding these, like, yo, win or lose, man, motherfucker, we making bank on these tournaments. They ain't goddamn exactly. Right. And like, I just really fucking love the fact that Shang Tsung actually the fuck out of Raiden. He's like, all right, motherfucker. They was like, whatever happens outside the tournament, they don't care. Like, it doesn't fuck with the tournament. So I don't know what the fuck you thinking.
Unless you touch base.
So he was like, and Raiden's like, fuck. He's like, well, I can't do shit. And they're like, bro, you see this? My hands
if you guys had to rate it, what would you give it?
I mean, it's sitting at a solid like 7 out of 10 for me.
I gave it a 7.5.
I think I gave it a 6.5, but
I gave it a 7.5. Yeah, I give it a 7.5. It's not like I've seen somebody gave it a fucking 9. I'm like, whoa, that's too fucking generous.
Too high, guys.
Overall, wait, hold on. Let me get my score. Overall, this movie gets a 7, but I got a question for everybody else. That theme song, how we feeling that dubstep?
No.
It's growing on me. It's growing on me.
It's growing on me a little bit, but it's not better than the original.
It will, to me, nothing, in my opinion, nothing will ever touch Techno Syndrome.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things I gotta wonder if it's a rights issue.
It's growing on me.
Nah, it can go.
It can go.
I'm glad that the movie just
you get the shit. Like, I can hear. I'm sorry, Shaggy. I can hear Joe right now. That theme song can get the Shao Kahn special.
No. Joe got the Mutombo. Like, no.
Yeah.
just walk up behind the theme song and snap its neck. Like, no, do better.
Snap its neck, bro. Like, real shit though. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, no, this is ass. Then I watched the movie, and then I saw the end credits. It fit. So I'm
glad they didn't put it in. I'm glad they didn't put it. I'm glad they didn't put it in the movie in the fights, because that would have been like, you didn't quite earn that movie. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Exactly. Don't fucking do it. They kind of you only heard it when Scorpion and Sub-Zero fought. You didn't hear it any other time. Like,
Yeah.
and the crazy shit, it did it at the right time. So,
Yeah.
like I said, that new theme song, like I said, I was okay with it. Like, I can fucking be like, yo, fuck this shit. I don't need this. But after watching it, I'm like, with the ending and how it was shot and everything, I'm like, okay, the imagery, it fit. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not playing it all fucking summer. I'm not going outside like, yeah, this is fucking
Yeah.
great. I can fucking be in a club, play Technodrome, motherfuckers will be ready to go. I'm playing that shit. I'm getting fucking my ass whooped at the end of it. But one motherfucker picked me up, was like, dog, I kind of fuck.
Oh,
with you,
dude,
dog. That's
yo,
it.
Mac,
That's
yo,
it.
Mac ain't shit for this comment. Just got here, letting you know, Outworld blew a 28-3 lead against Earthrealm. God damn, dude.
Well, he's not wrong.
He ain't wrong on that one.
He's
I'm
definitely
just
not
saying.
wrong, because you want to know. This is how you blow a 28-3 lead when you decide to let your point man say. Like when you decide to let your point man say, fuck this tournament, we breaking the rules. I mean, come on, Shang Tsung. Seriously? How many times have you done this? You did it in the movie, you did it in the games, and then when that didn't work, what do you resort to? Hey, Shao Kahn, how about an invasion? And it never really tends to work well.
Yeah. But anyways, this was great. It's great. Like I said, movie did good in the box office this weekend, which was kind of shocking to me because you tend to forget that watching this on HBO Max and it's like, oh shit, this did play in theaters. And I forgot there were a lot of people that I saw online like, oh, I'm going to theaters to see this. I was like, oh.
I actually almost went to the theaters myself and saw this. Like high key. But I've literally watched this movie 4 times. It would have left for the theater.
I mean, yeah. Technically, I saw it like 3 times. Once before, like a screener before, bootleg before the movie dropped, and then the next 2 times on HBO Max and stuff. But it's like I said, it's very fucking watchable. It's bad of a actual movie. It's a quick watch.
It's very watchable. Like I will put this shit on and be like, now you'll have that movie you either when it doesn't capture all of your attention. That's the second half.
I want to know what the Blu-ray and the deleted scenes is looking like for this film.
Yes, I need to know because I'm like, you motherfuckers made some mad cuts. I need to know.
I need to know what got added in and what didn't, because I'm like, So you already know that steelbook for this is going to be fire because you already know it's going to be like Scorpion and Sub-Zero on the front cover of it.
Either somebody's going to fuck around and say, this place got Scorpion, this place got Sub-Zero. I'm like, well, goddamn, I need to go get Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger.
When you said Jason Voorhees, Sub-Zero, I was like, son of a bitch, Shaggy's right. He is 100% correct.
Fam, I never wanted to see Sub-Zero fuck somebody up in a fucking burger joint so bad in my life. Like I never knew I needed it until
I just like how they literally off rip the movie was telling you. And like I said, that's probably what the directors and writers were going for. They literally were basically like, yo, this is going to be fucking Noob Saibot. We're just prepping you for that.
Bro, even when he stripped down and it was kind of like all black, I was like, okay, yeah, you fuckers are right on the nose now.
Oh yeah. Now Bro, you're really
he had horror. Your man's had you see this movie was executive produced by your boy James Wan. And he got his guys in this bitch. And I'm like, okay, this shit's gonna have horror elements. I'm thinking the horror elements are gonna come from Shang Tsung. Oh baby, I was wrong. I was glad I was wrong. Because that shit came from Bihan. I ain't fucking want to call him Sub-Zero because I knew what the fuck he was gonna be. I said, yo, Sub-Zero. Goddamn horror movie name because that's exact boy.
Shang Tsung was low key kind of.
You see what he did to kids?
That's why Shang Tsung was low key kind of. I ain't gonna say scared of Sub-Zero, but he respected him. Like, no, I ain't fucking with that dude.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bro, do that shit over there, dog. Don't do that shit over here.
Like, you're on my good side, right? We on the same side, right?
Hey, all right, cool. He said, you sit there and say, hey, that motherfucker weird as hell, bro. He said, but you know what? I'm gonna make sure we cool. I ain't fucking with that dude on his bad side. Like this dude, behind the moment that like I saw the ice come up on that table and freeze the mustard, bro. I was like, this man really is making an entrance
I don't know, man.
When
When he was about ready to kill fucking Scorpion's family, I was like, and he just all of a sudden he manifested that coat in his hands. I was like, oh, that's a killer right there.
bro,
He
that head
gonna
tilt,
kill the family.
that head tilt, that fucking head tilt, because he's looking like, is this my blood? It won't matter. I'm covered with somebody else's anyway. And I'm sitting here going like, this motherfucker butt.
It's like this.
I think, yo, and make it so bad. Him sitting in the yard waiting for him is like, bro, I've been waiting for this day. I killed your family just to prove a point.
The kicker is
this man fucking.
I just love that just through those two, we know that both clans really don't fucking like each other. And I don't even need to see an all-out Ninja War. I just know these two solidified it right there. Oh, both clans don't like each other.
Dog, the moment Scorpion fucking yelled out Behan, I knew what fucking time it was.
It's like, he knew. Because again, clearly, both these two have fought before. Clearly they have. So he knew immediately, like, this son of a bitch is here. God damn it. Fucking Behan.
Like, he knew he's like, Behan! Dog, that was the most realest shit. Like, that was the most believable shit. Like, this motherfucker's like, yo, where you at? Behan just sitting there waiting for the smoke. This man is like, yo, I've been waiting, motherfucker. Who else I gotta kill?
Whew. But
like,
anyways,
who else I gotta kill, man. Like,
but anyways, folks, I'm glad I got you, Shaggy, got you on and stuff because I know you were like antsy at the ready. So, but yeah, guys,
baby.
But folks, be sure to check out their podcast. Cinema Villains. They just did
Cinema Villains.
Cinema Villains. They just did Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which that shit had me in tears because I thought me and the guys doing it was funny. Y'all guys took it to like that shit was fucking hilarious.
Man, when I tell you the fucking frustration, like I swear to God, I thought Double Dragon was gonna be worse of it. We watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I don't know. I still think Double Dragon's the worst. I still think Double Dragon's the worst.
No, it is still the worst movie out of the two. However, that shit was painful. Like it felt like a chore, bro. Like I'm sitting there going like, bro, it was so bad to the fact that we had to cut on Mortal Kombat again. Like we put on 2021 Mortal Kombat and we was like, yep. We fucking use that shit as a palate cleanser. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. So yeah, but definitely check them out. Funny as hell. Hopefully we can get them back on. Hopefully we can get you and Jose back on. Yeah, hopefully we can get the rest of your game back on. Cause I saw what's his face Jaden was trying to jump on, and I think he might have been.
It's whatever, man. Sometimes he needs to come home, man. Whatever. Hey, man, you name the movie. If you want to do a cinema event, y'all know you, DJ Sue. Y'all know y'all boys. Y'all been with us since day one. We've been with y'all since day one. Y'all want to do a movie? They'll be on the.
So I'm still gonna hold you to also. Black Panther 2 drops. Your ass need to come to the DMV because you were almost about to come up here for Black Panther. I'm like, Shaggy, come up here now,
I was
please.
so close, bro. Because I remember that shit. I was at work looking at the flight. I was like, damn. I said, bro, if you can guarantee me a ticket, I will buy this flight right now.
It would have been possible because I would have fibbed my ass off to him like, yeah, he's part of the podcast, and they would have been like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, fine, I was waiting, cool. But I think it was like too late for you to do it, and we just couldn't do it. But yeah, no, I made it to fucking Austin to watch that, and now I got a little bit more money and a little bit more leeway. I definitely come out there. We'll do what we got to do.
Oh, definitely. You definitely got to and stuff. Trust me. So,
yes, sir.
With that in mind, take it there, folks. Peace out.
Thank you for having me. Later.
No problem.